You'd think, after the end of the world, things would be simpler. No bills, no taxes, no cubicle jobs where you spend 8 hours pretending to look busy and pretending and acting like you actually want to be there. No arguing over whether pineapple belongs on pizza, because unfortunately, pizza is a distant memory. Along with common sense, but I'm pretty sure that common sense has been gone for a lot longer. But nope. Turns out, when civilization collapsed, people didn't suddenly get better at making decisions. If anything, they got worse. The only thing that truly changed was the stakes. Before, when you made a bad decision, it could mean a awkward holiday dinner or empty savings account. Now, a single dumb decision means scavenging rations from a crater and hoping that the local warlord doesn't have a grudge against you. And trust me, most of them do. And me? I'm kicking cans down an empty road, talking to you like somehow I can make sense of this mess. Trying to untangle the million-dollar question. Who or what ruined everything? Was it greed? Power? Some idiot pressing the wrong button, setting off a chain reaction? Or maybe it was just simpler than that. Maybe some executive or politician just woke up on the wrong side of the bed one morning and thought, you know what? Today feels like an awesome day to hit the reset button on civilization. Whatever the reason, here we are. The end of days. The great aftermath. The grand unraveling of civilization. Or, as I like to call it, Monday. At least I think it's Monday. We don't really have calendars anymore. Anyway, you're probably wondering who the hell I am. Fair. My name's Jace Holloway, and I'm one of the lucky or unlucky, depending on your perspective, few who survived the great nuclear catastrophe 15 years ago. You know, the one where some idiot pressed a button which made some other idiots panic and press their buttons, and then boom! Suddenly half the world was glowing, and the other half was digging through the rubble wondering where the hell their morning coffee went. And now, here we are, huddled in the ruins, pretending any of this makes any sense. Before the sky turned red, I wanted to be a writer. Nothing groundbreaking, just stories. Things that made sense, things that had structure. Turns out, the end of the world doesn't care much for structure. Now I'm just another survivor, dragging my boots across the wasteland, trying to avoid trouble, but somehow, trouble keeps finding me. And when civilization crumbles, the definition of trouble gets weird. So, I started writing again. It's definitely not the kind of book I planned to write before the bombs fell, but something else. Something born from experience. A guide, if you will. Surviving out here isn't all about scavenging for supplies or dodging bullets. It's about learning how to read a situation before it turns into a disaster. It's knowing when to keep your mouth shut, when to lie through your teeth, and when to accept that, yep, you just accidentally joined a cult because saying no wasn't an option. It's about figuring out if the guy offering you a can of food is being generous or luring you into a barter scheme that ends with you owing him half your ammo. Because out here, the world may be dead, but the absurdity, it's alive and thriving. And if you don't learn the unspoken rules, you won't just die, you'll die stupid. And if you don't die, the best case scenario is you'll be embarrassed and laughed out of the bunker complex. So here I am, wondering, watching, writing, for research of course. Not that I expect anyone to actually read it. And trust me, this wasteland world, it doesn't disappoint. I've stared down things that should have killed me. I've outrun things that probably wanted to eat me. And I've sat through conversations that made me wish I was dead. There was that time a group of raiders tried to recruit me into their makeshift government, by offering me a half-melted tin badge and a leadership title with no actual power. And then there's the week I spent thinking I'd found an untouched bunker. It was perfect, secluded, no holes. But then I came to realize I'd accidentally moved in with a pack of mutant possums. And now, I did find another bunker. It's in a HOA-controlled Wasteland community, because apparently some things from the old world just will not die. You'd think post-apocalypse would mean total freedom, but nope. Turns out, even in a world without laws, there's still some self-important committee enforcing proper bunker aesthetics and debating the ethics of decorative skull placement. Honestly, I think I preferred the mutant possums. Anyway, the universe keeps handing me chaos, and for some reason, I just keep writing it down. So if you want to know what it's really like out here, the good, the bad, and the painfully stupid, stick around. Each week, I'll bring you the latest discoveries, disasters, and lessons learned the hard way, as I wander, survive, and occasionally just regret everything. Welcome to the Wasteland. Try not to trip over the debris. And remember, survival is 50% luck, 40% bad decisions, and 10% hoping that thing chasing you gets tired before you do. Oh boy.